Blood, honor, fear. These words aren't just slogans. They are law for the 10 most dangerous Asian gangs. Organizations whose roots stretch deep into the continent's long and complicated history. These groups don't follow rules made by society or governments. They bend reality to their will and rewrite the code as they go, leaving entire regions shaken in their wake. What looks like tradition on the surface often hides ruthless power plays, underground empires, and silent wars fought far from the public eye. Join us as we peel back the curtain and expose the dark mysteries and chilling realities behind the 10 most dangerous Asian gangs that still operate today. Number 10, Red Wa, Thailand. Deep inside the dense jungles of the Golden Triangle, where Thailand, Myanmar, and Laos collide, lies a shadowy force known as the Red Wa Gang. This region is infamous for lawlessness, smuggling routes, and weak borders, making it the perfect breeding ground for criminal empires. The Red Wa started out as rebel fighters, but over time they evolved into one of Asia's most powerful drug operations, heavily tied to the opium trade. With no single country holding full control over the area, the group moves freely, slipping through cracks in authority while expanding their reach. They transformed from a small militant force into a feared trafficking network, proving just how fast a group can adapt when chaos works in their favor. Through intimidation, strategic violence, and manipulation of regional politics, they dominate massive portions of the opium flow. The damage left behind is severe. Communities destabilized, lives destroyed, and fear planted deep into the land. That destruction only grows as we move forward. Number 9, Preman, Indonesia. In Indonesia, danger wears a different face with a group known as the Preman. The name comes from freemen, but their actions tell a darker story. These groups operate as street gangs, mixed with political muscle, enforcing influence where power and money intersect. Unlike traditional crime syndicates, the Premen thrive in chaos, using raw presence and intimidation rather than elaborate plans. Instead, what makes them truly terrifying is how wild and unpredictable they are on the streets. The Premen, often called freemen, operate with raw aggression, shaking down local businesses, forcing payments, running protection rackets, and stepping in as hired muscle during heated political moments. When tensions rise, they show up fast, enforcing influence where laws fall short. Their presence blurs the line between crime and authority, turning neighborhoods into pressure zones where fear controls daily life. This unpredictability makes them a serious threat within Indonesia's social and political system. They don't hide their violence or keep it quiet behind closed doors. When Preman groups act out in public, the chaos spreads quickly, sending a message that resistance comes at a cost. In a country that stands as Southeast Asia's largest economy, this kind of street-level power becomes a dangerous wildcard that officials struggle to contain. Number 8. Bahala Nagang, Philippines. The Bahala Nagang brings a completely different energy to the underworld. Their name means come what may, and that fearless mindset defines everything they stand for. Formed after World War II, this group grew from prison bonds into a hardened brotherhood built on loyalty and survival. Their signature tattoos mark membership, while their reputation spreads far beyond prison walls.
Oh, yes.
These are not small-time street hustlers. They're tied to serious crimes ranging from drug trafficking to paid hits, and their influence doesn't stop behind bars. On the streets, their presence is just as heavy. What makes them truly infamous is their total commitment to the gang and their willingness to go all in without hesitation. That mix of loyalty, brutality, and fearlessness has locked them in as one of the most dangerous forces in the Philippine criminal world. Number 7. Pai. South Korea is famous for its sleek tech, global pop culture, and polished image. But beneath that clean surface sits a much darker underworld tied to criminal groups known as the Pai. Unlike Japan's Yakuza, these gangs don't rely on formal ceremonies or flashy traditions, yet their influence quietly runs deep through South Korean society. They operate in the shadows, involved in a wide range of illegal activity. From slipping into the entertainment industry to controlling massive underground gambling networks, what truly makes the Pai dangerous isn't just violence, it's how smoothly they blend crime into everyday business life. They move quietly, masking illegal operations behind legitimate companies, which makes them incredibly hard to track and shut down. This ability to merge crime with normal society turns them into a hidden threat, one that grows stronger the longer it stays unnoticed. For law enforcement, they are a constant headache and a serious risk to public safety and national stability. Number 6. Solia's Gang. Turkey. Turkey sits at a powerful crossroads where East meets West, and that strategic position has shaped the rise of the Solia's Gang. This group is deeply tied to heavy criminal activity, including murder, armed robbery, and organized crime operations that stretch across borders. Their reach reflects Turkey's unique global position, making them a dangerous force that thrives on movement, connections, and chaos. While they operate mainly inside Turkey, there are strong signs that their reach stretches far beyond its borders, touching other parts of Eurasia as well. What makes this gang truly alarming isn't only the serious crimes tied to their name, but the persistent rumors of connections to corrupt officials within positions of authority. Those links suggest their influence doesn't stop at street-level activity, but climbs into higher layers of power where decisions get made behind closed doors. When criminal groups gain protection or cooperation from corrupt power players, they stop being ordinary gangs and become something far more dangerous. This kind of access allows them to manipulate systems, dodge accountability, and expand their operations quietly. That's why this group is seen as a growing threat not just to Turkey's security, but potentially to neighboring regions as well. Number 5. Gang 04, Malaysia. Gang 04 in Malaysia traces its roots back to the notorious 004 triad, and its reputation is built on secrecy and extreme violence. Members are often marked with number tattoos, symbols of loyalty earned through intense initiation rituals and strict internal codes. This is not casual membership, it's full commitment. The group is linked to serious criminal activity, including extortion, drug distribution, and contract attacks carried out with chilling precision. One of the most unsettling aspects of 04 is how they quietly mark territory and targets without drawing attention, moving like silent shadows through communities. Their impact spreads far beyond their immediate targets, creating fear that lingers long after they've moved on. Number 4. D Company India. D Company, led by the infamous Dawood Ibrahim, goes far beyond anything you'd consider a typical street gang. This is a highly organized criminal network with deep roots in Mumbai, India's non-stop financial and cultural powerhouse. From the outside, parts of their operation blend into everyday business. But underneath sits a web of illegal trading, financial manipulation, and shadow funding that has even reached into Bollywood, India's massive film industry. That kind of influence shows how far their reach really goes. What separates D Company from ordinary criminal groups and makes them especially dangerous is their role in planning and supporting large-scale violent acts alongside ongoing organized crime in the city. These are not random hustlers or street-level operators. They function with strict hierarchy, discipline, and structure that mirrors a corporate machine, proving just how advanced modern organized crime has become. Their ability to coordinate, finance, and execute operations makes them a serious threat, not only within India, but far beyond its borders. Number 3. Bamboo Union, Taiwan. The Bamboo Union gang from Taiwan takes organized crime to another level, instantly recognizable by their dragon tattoos and long-standing traditions. While they respect old-school codes, they show zero hesitation when it comes to brutality. Their criminal reach spans human trafficking, international drug smuggling, and underground operations that cross borders with ease. What truly sets Bamboo Union apart is their global mindset, forming strategic alliances with other crime groups worldwide, turning local power into international influence. They aren't just a concern for Taiwan anymore. The Bamboo Union's reach stretches far beyond its home turf, placing them firmly on the global crime map. Through international partnerships and cross-border operations, they've positioned themselves as a serious player in worldwide organized crime. Their overseas connections amplify their power, allowing them to move people, products, and influence across continents with ease. This mix of global alliances and ruthless activity means Bamboo Union is no longer a regional issue, but a dangerous force capable of causing harm on an international scale. Number 2. Triads, China. China's triads are old-school criminal organizations with a modern edge, blending centuries-old tradition with today's underground economy. These groups have existed for generations, evolving into a massive international network known for secret rituals, sworn loyalty, and fear-inducing dragon symbolism. With the triads, it's often hard to tell where myth ends and reality begins, and that mystery only strengthens their reputation. Their operations span blackmail, human trafficking, counterfeit goods, and underground finance. What makes the triads especially dangerous is how deeply they are woven into Chinese communities around the world. They maintain influence through a careful balance of fear, respect, and tradition, keeping their grip tight both inside and outside China. This global community connection allows them to operate quietly but powerfully, making them a far-reaching criminal force with lasting influence. Number 1. Yakuza Japan. The Yakuza, Japan's most infamous crime syndicates, are often viewed as the ultimate symbol of organized crime, dangerous, disciplined, and strangely fascinating. Their history runs deep, filled with old-world traditions that echo stories of samurai codes and warrior honor, giving them an image that feels both ancient and intimidating. Built on strict rules and rigid hierarchy, their structure operates almost like a corporation, with clear ranks, loyalty oaths, and long-standing customs that demand total commitment. Their criminal activity spans a wide spectrum, from underground gambling rings to business intimidation and large-scale extortion, all carried out with a signature style that sets them apart. Full-body tattoos act as marks of identity, while the infamous ritual of cutting off finger joints stands as a brutal symbol of punishment and apology within their ranks. Even as Japanese authorities tighten laws and increase pressure, the Yakuza continue to hold a firm grip on the underworld. That survival speaks volumes. It shows how deeply they've woven themselves into the darker layers of Japanese society, leaving scars that stretch across decades. Their ability to adapt while still clinging to tradition proves why they remain one of the most enduring and influential crime organizations on the planet. We've broken down some of the most notorious Asian gangs known today. If you think there are other groups that deserve a spot on this list, drop your thoughts in the comments below.